its extremality and severe impact. I'm sure each one of us is aware of the impact, may not be the real magnitude, but yes, we know how it has shaken the whole world, not in just one aspect, but every aspect of life and livelihood that we could imagine. So, friends, I would just like to bring to your attention from a report of WHO along with some other well-known organizations, which says that the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and presents an unprecedented challenge to public health, food systems, and the world of work. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is devastating. Tens of millions of people are at risk of falling into extreme poverty, while the number of undernourished people, currently estimated at nearly 690 million, this was in October 2020, which was estimated at nearly 690 million, the undernourished, could increase by up to 132 million by the end of the year, that is December 2020. And millions of enterprises face an existential threat. This report goes on to bring that bleak picture, but the true picture of how COVID-19 has impacted us, impacted the whole world. I'm not even daring to enter into talking about its impact psychologically, emotionally, culturally, and further into the minds of children. I would leave that to our today's speaker. I would like to introduce him. Lieutenant Colonel A. Sekhar is a soldier educationist, mentor, and a trainer. In this role, he has served several military schools, army educational corps, training colleges, and institutions across the country, mentoring budding soldiers to prepare for their Indian Army dream. His mentoring efforts have the distinction of sending the highest number of cadets to the NDA and the highest number of officers in the Army. He has also served several schools as the principal. He is currently the Chief Development Officer, Jagran Education Foundation, Uttar Pradesh, as a session chair at Helping Children Adapt to Learning from Home. Without taking any more time, I invite Lieutenant Colonel A. Sekhar to take over the stage. Over to you, sir. We are all eager to listening to you.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah. Can all those who are in this discussion just type Y if you can hear me loud and clear? And if you are not able to hear me, type N. Right. So the Y's are much more. Okay. Yeah. Before we start off, over the next, say, 55 minutes or so, quickly in one word, what are you expecting? Those who know me, those who don't know me, Willie and party, avoid answering at the beginning. Those of you who are familiar or not familiar, in one word, what's your expectation based on whatever Jaya has put in the chat box? She has taken me upwards of Mount Everest. Let me see. Enlightenment, Gregory Hendricks. Oh, wow. Keeping the context of the topic and the discussion, what is your expectation? Insights. That's what the marketing. Awareness. Okay. Army, yes. Positive thoughts. Practical solutions, I guess. Fair enough. Discipline. Over a Zoom call in about an hour, improving discipline experiences. Fair. Meera Warrior. I'll wait for another 20 seconds before I go up. Vigilant to surrounding, correct pathways. Okay. Let's review this at the end of it. So my first and foremost question to all of you is, I put in the concept of a black swan event, and I'd given you, overcoming hard time experiences, way forward. I'd given you two real life instances. So through the principle, you can nominate people. Can somebody respond to both those questions one by one? We'll take the first one. You can call out names.
So should I read the question once, just for the sake of those who could not receive the question or read the question for some reason?
Go ahead.
Yes, so friends, I hope you're able to hear me clearly. I'm going to read the first question to you. These are situations. So this first question is a situation. A student named Sonia is behaving erratically in online classes. She has been a bright student so far. She's a grade 10 student. She is currently showing short-term memory issue. On investigation, it's found that the child's grandparents from both the sides, maternal and paternal, along with 3 uncles and parents have been affected with COVID. Her dadi and nana passed away, while the mother is on ventilator. The child is desperate to talk to you as her teacher. What would you do or say to her in this situation?
Right.
And just to give you a background, they all had been to a get together. 30 of them were affected and 10 passed away due to COVID.
Right.
What would you do or say as the teacher?
Ma'am, I have pasted the question in the chat box as well.
Yes, I can see that. So thank you, Amit sir, for doing that. So those who would like to respond to this question can unmute themselves or can type their names in the chat box so that I can call you out.
Wait, namaste. Namaste, ma'am. Namaste,
Namaste.
sir.
Namaste, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So, first situation where a girl is the 10th standard girl who is behaving erratically because of these sudden losses she has suffered and mental trauma she is going through. Ideally, 2 things. First, as a teacher, I would like to have one-to-one talk with her, if possible, daily, to to motivate her, to soothe her, to calm down her. That is what I should be doing, having heart-to-heart talk with her daily to understand her feelings, what is she going through, and definitely referring to a counselor who can actually counsel her, understand
Yeah,
her from her life.
I'll add more to it. You are in the middle of a very tight lockdown. You yourself are struggling with COVID at home. The child is desperate. I'll set a will, talks about I'll set up grief counseling with a professional. This is way beyond my skill set. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to tackle. The question I'll further add on to is you yourself are in the midst of a very intense lockdown. This is a real life story. I'm sharing with you what happened last year in the months of August, September. This happened right in front of me. Secondly, you yourself are worried about a lot of things happening around you. Maybe one of your family members itself is down with COVID. You yourself are struggling. The child is desperate to reach out to you. What do you do? Anyone else? I'm not expecting set piece answers. Feel free.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
It's Arundhati Das here.
Yeah.
Basically, I think I should talk to her regarding means what is the actual scientific scenarios, means what's the reason for the casualties, as
Correct.
it's mentioned that the grandfather, grandmother passed away. So according to the age, why they couldn't survive, why they couldn't struggle. Okay, I can explain it to her, and who are already.
Will the child be in any position to listen, ma'am? Will the child understand? Are we able to understand? You're talking conventional. I'm just saying that I'm just expanding that part. Madam, think about it if you have to do it today. Amongst this lot, we have now 65 in the group. How many of you have had COVID? Just type out Y or no. Y or N. How many of you have had COVID? No, 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 no. One yes. Sangamitra Datta. Sangamitra, yes. There are a couple of you. Somebody who has gone through it, can I have them respond? Sangamitra, are you there? Sarika Chavan, Sangamitra, any of them, can you respond? Gyanesh Tiwari, any of them. Are you willing to respond? How would you look at it? Yes.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. You are audible. Go ahead.
Uh, Actually, my husband had he was seriously ill,
Ah,
and being at the same time in home, I was also affected, though
okay.
I was asymptomatic. I was
Okay.
asymptomatic, and
Right.
my husband had been serious, and
Right.
he took 1 month
Right.
but because we were all tested, I tested positive.
Right. My
So
point is, if you have to answer the child when your husband is down with it, will you have the mental bandwidth to do that, Sangamitra Datta?
yes,
Will you have
that's
it?
the
Will you be able to advise that child?
because I was not serious that I was able to, but
I was
might be
able. Yeah.
because my case was not so serious. I was in
No.
that state, but other
Yeah.
cases, those who had serious severity, they I cannot say for them.
You cannot say for them. Yeah, I can go back to the principle. I'm just giving you a scenario which I said I don't think everyone would have to have an answer. Presently, as we are looking at it, on an average, 60% of the teachers, I'm talking about the big cities I'm aware of, 50 to 60% of the teachers are directly impacted. 40% of those not directly impacted have had family members impacted. So we can say with reasonable assurance that 80% plus of teachers have had somebody within themselves or close to their families afflicted with COVID. And informal understanding, I've checked out on 10 schools. What I find is that at least 60% of the students have had their near and dear afflicted with COVID. The fact that the mother was on a ventilator must be extremely anxious. The child wants, so I would listen in the first step. Okay. My point is the child requires motivation, Vidya Molly. The child requires some answers. We are in the midst of a pandemic. It's volatile, it's uncertain, it is complex, it is ambiguous. We ourselves are tense. We do not know what will happen next. I'm just putting in context how difficult is this scenario as we understand. I'm not trying to give you set piece solutions to it. I'm just giving the context of what many of you are going to feel. In the initial opening statements, the principal mentioned loss of money, loss of lives, loss of livelihood. In India alone, 23 crore Indians have been pushed into poverty. 97% of all of us have had loss of income. And in the midst of it, I know people who have sold out their land, their house to treat their family members. And the child has been at home for the last year or so. He has only met these people. His mother is on a ventilator. This happened. Fortunately, the mother has recovered. That's for all of you to understand. So there's a struggle to explain what are the stages of grief and how this grief management happens. And normally you have one counselor in a school. How overwhelmed will she be? How overwhelmed will he be? And in the midst of it all, the principal himself or herself, from fees to classes to bridges to fighting with the parents, with the government, she herself or he herself is under severe pressure. Can you all reflect on this for a few seconds and think as to what you will be? What are your thoughts on this as you are tackling this situation with the new inputs? Can I have answers on the chat box, as well as people can be called out? Principal, you can call out names. I like as much interaction as possible.
So dear participants, feel free to speak up. Sir had made it very clear in the beginning itself, it has to be very interactive.
Yeah, I still don't hold a gun.
So please feel free and unmute. We all know there is no 100% correct answer to this. So we just want to understand how everybody feels that they should be reacting.
Okay.
Maybe this would inspire others listening to each other.
Right.
and give new insights.
Right.
Who would like to come up? May I invite one of our Adharshila, Sri Vidya Molly ma'am herself. She has been a Adharshila speaker and she's the principal of TVS Academy, Hosur. Sri Vidya
Yes.
ma'am, if you are here,
I
could you
think
please unmute?
we are familiar with each other. I'm in Bangalore. She's in Hosur. Yes, go ahead,
Right.
Vidya madam. Yes, Vidya ma'am. Okay, nobody is there.
Okay.
Okay,
Then Mr. Will
Wilfred.
is also one of our Adharshilas. So would you like to
Wil-
speak up?
Wilfred.
Jaya, I think now I've unmuted myself. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are
Yes,
audible.
ma'am,
Go
you
ahead.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, when I look at it from a child's point of view, my need to get reassurance is so high. I'm so desperate, which is why I'm approaching an adult whom I'm comfortable sharing with. So I think it becomes my responsibility, despite me facing my own challenges, to give the child a listening
Great.
and explain to the child that yes, these are tough times, but the fact that your mother is on a ventilator, there is hope that she will recover. And first, listening is the first step, because the child is maybe not looking for answers, it only wants a space where it can vent its fears. So I
Right.
would definitely be willing to listen.
Right. Ma'am, why I just push this question hard is the stress you are under. I'm just putting on. Earlier on, it was much lesser. There is much more stress as to you are under when you yourself are struggling. I'm just putting a context wherein you may not have as much bandwidth as possible, and this has come through as a black swan event coming from nowhere. What I'm trying to suggest, the point you have mentioned is right. So, how many such cases can you handle, Vidya madam? Yeah, that's a fair, yeah, I mean, that's a fair reply. I'm just highlighting that. Yeah, that's how we would do that. But yeah, too much of transference, I won't be able to cope. Will is very clear. I think we'll keep it here. Can I share my screen, principal? I have a few things to cover.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
share.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if anybody else would like to speak, any one person.
Sir, I think technology can play an important role because the child is in need of a reassurance that they are not alone, and
Yeah.
they they get an assurance that they can reach out anytime. I would most of our devices can run for 12 hours on a run. So I would recommend that there is a Google Meet or a Zoom hotline established with the child and the device kept on standby. So anytime the child wants to speak, they have the freedom that at any point of time they can come to the mic and speak up, and there'll be someone on the other side to listen to them.
Yeah, good point. But on ground, what is happening is with the kind of connectivity, the child is desperate for a personal touch, a personal interaction because they are not mature adults. What
Right.
I'm seeing is the challenge the teacher is going through, the challenge the parents are going through, the challenge the student is going through. And in the midst of all this, we are unable to understand what is happening. That's the challenge. I'm putting it as a perspective. A good answer you have started off with. Let me see whether my screen is available. Is some challenge. I've opened it. Let me see whether I have, I'm able to.
So the fifth option on the bottom is
I'm trying to get them right. It just, yeah. I've opened up a presentation and the presentation is not appearing. That's why the problem is.
Amit sir, I hope you have stopped sharing.
Yes, ma'am. I stopped sharing. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you able to see the screen
Yes.
now?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I try and avoid reading the slides. Let's see how it works out. Thank you, the Adarshila team, for having me here. This is how I look like when not in uniform, which is easier understood. This is a statement by Justice Anand Venkatesh of the Chennai High Court. He talked about what society is, and when he made a new judgment, he took a 3-month course to understand what things are. And he made the mention, I am the society with all the misconceptions present. And I'm working through it and engaging in the process of unlearning. So it's me who needs to convey this understanding to the rest of the society that stands where I once stood. I found this a fascinating statement. Now, I'm just playing a video. Just confirm to me that you can hear it.
Can't
Is
hear
it?
it yet.
Actually, you are
No.
not audible. It was not audible.
No,
Okay.
at least not to me.
Is it audible now?
Yes.
Audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
يا مولانا شكل سقروا لي حوت السلمى انت عندي للقران ولا العلوم شو جديد كراسي ابواب اكواب نوسيات لمبات بطاريات حمشيتكم بانت كل شيء وشارحنا حدايد قدود بالدور الطالعين وشارحنا الباب يكون من الريح من الشمس والطويق يلقى مطر بيخش فوقنا إذا دائما نسمع نقرأ دائما ويقول قال شيخ دخل قال يموتني خايفين إذا في رصاص خايفين من الألغام ندخل بخطر نخرج بخطر نجي المدرسة نجي عشان زمايل إحنا نجي عشان نتعلم نصير دكتورة نصير أي واحد أي شيء إن شاء الله وإحنا كله بالخطر إحنا نشتي ننتهي الحرب يعني ما شو الحرب مش راحة
Yeah. What are your thoughts after watching this video? Can you hear me, all of you?
Yes, sir. What I
Yes,
feel
sir.
is we do not even have a right to say the word difficulties or challenge or problem
Right.
after seeing.
See what is happening and see how they are responding. Now, let's
Absolutely.
come back to the original story and differentiate between what we are going through in an event like this and what is happening in Yemen. Can I have more responses? Can I have somebody relating to it, facing the challenges? It's the extreme, they are brave. What are the lessons you learn out of this video?
So we have a student here.
Yeah.
Should we ask him to speak up?
All yours. Ask
Swaraj.
Yeah.
Swaraj, I hope you have seen the video properly. Would you like to comment on it? What's your opinion after seeing this whole thing?
Ma'am, wait. I'm somehow getting a call. I have to leave and take it.
Okay, no problem, beta. So somebody else can answer. Whoever would like to speak. Or you can type. So yes, sir. I hope you are able to access the chat, sir.
Yeah, I am reading. Be grateful. Jahan Cha Wahan Ra. Where there is a will, there is a way. It's the extreme. They are brave, facing the challenges. Now, all of you, put yourself as the teacher in that school. Put yourself as the teacher, that blind Ahmed 10-year-old. Put yourself in the midst of those bullets. Put yourself in the midst of those panic when those huge bombs happen. Trust me, when you have these bombs coming in, a lot of things tend to happen in your mind. So no more comparison for the extreme level of difficulty we are facing. Yes, I think we have got it right. Most of you are getting it. Hopefully, can't imagine. Just being present, work with what you have. Yes, good enough. Don't say no to challenges in front of you, Devi Priya. No more comparison, Atul Subhash, can't imagine. Yeah, what is your take, Principal Madam, after looking at this video?
I think the potential to face challenges and to still remain hopeful is limitless in humans. If we look at them, it is very inspiring. The child, what I see is that amidst all these difficulties, he was teaching with a smile on his face.
Smile on his face, and imagine under those circumstances, there are no supervisors, nothing.
Yes.
It
So
is-
the sense of responsibility, though he is not supposed to be responsible, but he has taken up that responsibility. He's so caring that his juniors should not miss out on studies. He's
Right.
also ensuring that everybody remains engaged in this difficult time. He's also concerned about the infrastructure so that everybody is safe and feels like it's a proper school. So
Great.
the level of understanding, compassion, knowledge, wisdom this child has is
Yes, he's an
beyond
inspiration to all of us. Yeah, let me
Absolutely.
go through some. Yeah, let me go through something more. Yeah, sometimes this share thing becomes a problem. I don't know why. Let me see. It is saying share and suddenly it says no. Can somebody help me share? It's not. Yeah, let me see. Okay, I think it's working now. I'll go ahead. And are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir. We can.
Yeah. This is a story. I would request you to read through them. I just give you the context. Milk of compassion overflows for a newborn who never saw his mother. This is the story of Meenal Werneker. 32-week-old child was delivered. She died immediately. And what happened next? Are all of you able to hear me? My voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So emergency surgery is performed, cesarean. Meenal gives birth to a child. The child is allergic to Pharax and Amul, and the child can only be given breast milk of that of a mother. The child is named Ivan. It's allergic to infant formula. The father is now with the child, born on April 8th, and read out what happens. April 8th, mothers, many like each one of you, nameless, they have worked hard. The story starts in Nagpur, moves to Thane, Bombay, and then moves to Delhi. Chetan's sister posts this on Facebook, comes forward, people come forward to help. Camilla Conti guides as to how the milk is to be used. It is put on Twitter. Several more mothers respond. All of them not known, completely faceless. Somebody took to Twitter. From there, the contact in Delhi, from Nagpur to Thane, to people in Delhi, large number of mothers reach out. The social media acts as the best of amplifiers. And just remember yourself, a kind man in Nagpur, Suneet Narayane, picked up the milk from donor mothers and transported it daily for the baby for more than a month. Bhumika, Ashi, Ashwari, Nidhi, all of them helped. We can never forget, says Prasad, the sister. The rest is easy to understand. The mother is no more. Kindness and compassion is what is being said. From Borivali to Mahim, mothers are sending milk. What have you learned from this story? Humanity, compassion, above all the adversaries. Everyone is willing to type, Principal Madam. They are not willing to talk. May I know why? Get them to speak.
Maybe after the day of taking classes, they now don't want to speak. We would appreciate if you all
May I speak,
unmute.
ma'am?
Yes,
go
please,
ahead.
Shaila, go ahead. Yes, Shaila, please.
So, namaste, sir. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
So, I feel a situation like this and a situation like these give us or tie us with a very different kind of bond. You know, it gives rise to a very different kind of relationship. I would not like to patronize it by calling it a great act of humanity, but it's more of a feeling of being united because of the loss because of the common loss that we all are bearing. Going back to your previous question, while you asked about COVID, you know, that was the similar. It was a similar situation. What we all had common is the chaos, the uncertainty, and the loss which we were which we faced or which we were bearing at that particular point of time. So that's something which I'm feeling right now. You know, after looking at both these situations and both these stories, that this kind of situation gives rise to a very different kind of bond and a relationship.
Very different kind of bond and a relationship, right? This, we are looking in the midst of the worst of the second wave. I'm trying to put it in context. Humanity, compassion still exists. Most comments are focused on still exists in many ways. So getting back to our original question, after going through this, do you have a difference in the way you will tackle that situation? I had given you two of them. Would you have a different way of approaching it? Or the second, we don't even know how strong we are until forced, hidden strength, yes. But Gyanesh Tiwari, teachers are now as close to compassion fatigue as one can imagine. We have to now look at it more clearly. Humanity, compassion, and above all adversities. Fine. I'm with you on that. I would also share with you, time is going very fast. There is a lady named Anne Mary who is based out of Bangalore. And she has conducted well over 1,000 COVID death management. She herself has been afflicted with COVID 5 times. I'll connect her to you. She's a wonderful person to talk to, and she repeatedly said, you may not be able to help, but be kind. And this was a remarkable statement for her to make. She had COVID 5 times. and still she goes out. And when she dealt with people around, she found that whether it's families or anyone else, there is real fear. People are not willing to go forward and be humane, compassionate, and kind in this context. Do you agree or not agree? Quick answers. Type it out.
So may I express something here?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I feel these difficult times reveal our character.
Agreed?
The
Agreed, but
adversity
yeah, agreed.
helps,
It
helps
reveals
us know
your
where
character.
humanity stands, and
Yes.
it's really reassuring to see such humane stories. And it's good to set such examples and discuss these stories with our children, so that they do not lose hope, and they also try to become these responsible citizens of the world, whom people can depend on. So be reliable,
Right.
be trustworthy, and dependable.
Right. Principal Madam, did you have COVID?
No, but my family has
Yes.
had,
Has
and
had.
I believe probably I had, but I have not been tested
You
for
have
that.
not been, you are asymptomatic. So what I'm trying to put it in context is the new challenge which we will face.
Absolutely.
The India of today, when we look at it in terms how we in the armed forces looked at grief, is grief, there is leadership, grief leadership happens. If Willie is there, I would definitely engage in a small conversation with him. Everyone to hear and understand, it is not Vande Mataram or it's not Vande Mataram or Janaganamana which inspires a soldier. A soldier first does things or lives to save the life of his buddy, then of his Pulton. Then he looks very clear, will I be taken care of when I die for the country? The izzat he gets when he does something for the nation in the village or place he has. The training he goes through. This is integrated by the leadership. The officers of the Indian Army are the best in the world. So, the sharing of grief and the sharing of this in the right manner really helps. But this time, I personally know of a large number of people I was witness to when somebody very close to me rang up, sir, as I speak to you, my father-in-law is dying. He's about to die. His numbers have gone down. Now, sir, he's dead. This conversation I've had. And I was thinking, what do I do? The message from that person was, at least you are willing to listen to me. Because of the strange pandemic circumstances, people are unwilling to even come close. Zoom prayer meetings have had some impact, but however, there is a lot left uncovered. So my thought, my aim at putting these things is to bring it front and center. Here is a principal who has had COVID with her and with her family members. We have had teachers who have had COVID. We have had children who have had COVID. One teacher asked me bluntly, I've lost my father-in-law to COVID. I've lost my nephew to COVID. How do you expect me to be positive? So my point is, we have to travel. There is a movie called Mani Chitratali in Malayalam, which is 30 years old, which got the national award. In that, the lead psychiatrist says, I will go through unknown territories, unknown methods, unknown ways to save my friend's wife. And finally, he succeeds. So the point I'm trying to highlight is, initially I gave you two tough stories. I have shared with you two positive stories. Those stories will drive you, but at the end of it, we have to move forward and engage in this conversation. The old style where you have those 5 stages of grief, etc., do not necessarily work in our times now. The student is unable to share it with another student. The students themselves are struggling to handle it. So how do we move this forward? Willie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. I want you to ask me a few questions because you are Purane Papi with me so that you can move forward. Yeah.
So how did you manage, just a minute, yeah, guys. How did you manage to sort of work with that child when that child was in a really bad state? If
Right.
you're asking me questions
Pick up,
around,
yeah. She made sometimes 25 calls in an hour. Pick up every call. It was not easy. Pick up every call. Respond to that initially, beta theek hoga. Especially when you say false hope, no, your grandmother will be well, it backfired. The grandmother died. So false hope becomes a problem. Yet not giving hope becomes an even bigger problem. Then from phone calls, it started texting. From texting, we connected her to an older person who was able to give her a hug in between. And then the conversation happened. We said, okay, your mother has not deteriorated. She has not improved, but she has not deteriorated. It became a different challenge in conversation, right? And it was not me who was doing it. My wife was doing it. Because of the stress she was under, it was sleepless for me too. And we could, the reflection, as you said, transference became a possibility. When she spoke to other teachers to take on, the teacher said, "Hame dar lagta hai, what do I tell the child?" So these were some of the complicated challenges we faced with. Have I answered you?
yes, I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
How did you, or what changes did you notice in yourself as a, I would say, as a principal, and then maybe as a father yourself, and maybe as a person, just as a, as a person who's lived a glorious life, and you are talking to this child who has a whole life ahead of her, right? And potentially her life is being deconstructed one by one.
Yes.
What are the changes that you felt within yourself? If you could just
Navarasas.
dwell that.
I'll answer you. Navarasas every moment. I had every human emotion going through me every second. I'll only share a different story. We are starting with Pakistan. Firing has started. I am sitting, I'm listening to it. Right. 10 rounds fired. 20 rounds fired, 30 rounds fired, 4 Pakistanis killed, 10 Pakistanis killed, 12 killed. One of our Jawans injured. 2 of our Jawans have died for the country. You move in. You start checking out. For those 72 hours, because of what you are around it, you are just doing what you have to do because of your training. After 72 hours, it starts hitting you. And the most difficult part is to ring up the mother of that Jawan who has died for the country, to ring up the mother and tell her your son has died for the country. Those become incredibly difficult moments where you start into your deepest of reserves and you try your best to steel yourself and answer the child to keep up morale and motivation high. And my last point on this conversation is, when firing is on, there is no worry. When the firing stops, people start thinking there are huge issues. So now is the time when people have time to think. Your mind tends to go to Mars and come back within a few nanoseconds, faster than the speed of light. Will?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I also wanted to ask you, in terms of when you look at a war scenario, they say once a war is over, the biggest damages are done to children, and because of that, the damages are done to the future of the nation, right? So, what are your thoughts now in terms of the current
Exactly. You have, and Jaya has successfully got the result from this conversation which we initiated. What we are worried about is India has got 320 million students, the population of the United States. One, in terms of what is happening we have had 3 years in terms of exams, nothing happening. 1, 2, they have not been to schools for the last 15-16 months. 3, 23 crore Indians have been pushed into poverty. A large number of students have been verbally, physically abused. The official lines given by government, state governments and government, central government have gone up by 10,000% feedback. So we are facing a challenge which we have no clue whatsoever. So once children come back to school, the challenge for teachers and principals is to bring them back to normal. For bringing them back to normal, including capsulizing whatever were to be so-called taught, unless we get the socio-emotional, cultural mindset landscape right. The question is, teachers, the new army, principals, new soldiers. Beyond that will, for the soldiers and the armed forces, we are trained. We go beyond fear, and there is a real grief processing system which works out. Therefore, this becomes that much more difficult. My submission is we are not ready for it yet, and we have to look at this point squarely on its face. These are the points. Be human is right. Fair enough. I agree with you. I'll just look at the presentation. I'll go through it a little bit more. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Gyanesh would like to share his thoughts. Do you
I'll
want
come
him to
back.
speak at the end
Yeah.
of it?
One day business cum social activity would turn out to be a year-long ongoing cause for us, where people from all over the world would participate. When the lockdown was announced in March 2020, initially even we had to shut down our restaurant for a couple of weeks. But then gradually we started receiving calls from nearby hospitals and doctors who wanted food for COVID patients and nurses. That's when my mom thought that we should resume operations, maybe just start delivering basic food again with whatever minimum staff we have. During that time, one of our regular customers, Mr. Abhinav, he approached me saying that, Harsh, I wanted to, feed 100 poor people, but I don't want to step out because of the lurking coronavirus risk. So can you go out and do that for me? So I was like, yeah, okay. I've been delivering food all my life. So let's do this as well. I put up an appreciation post on my social media, and that post kind of connected with the people online, and people started donating money, and from that day it just didn't stop. In the year 1998, I lost my father to a car accident, and I was just 5, and my mom was 27 years old back then. So as a means of survival and earning livelihood, she started with tiffin services at home on a friend's suggestion. Ma used to cook and I used to deliver. So it goes with that tagline that is mom makes and sells, because it's all
Right. I'm just encapsulating. I'll share the presentation, no doubt about it with you. I just wanted you to be aware of what has been covered. And now, quick thoughts after going through this video, all of you. Yeah, madam, you said somebody wanted to speak. Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Ganesh. You are up.
Namaste, sir. I hope you all are doing great.
Right.
I just want to share my thoughts. I was tested corona positive in the month of April, and I kept going on with the same disease for 20 days.
Right.
And it was something which I couldn't express right now. It's like being hospitalized with COVID, and the after effects of recovering from it could also affect your long-term ability to work. Your health is one of the most important things you have, and you should safeguard it where possible. So it was something beyond my thoughts. I mean, beyond something which I couldn't express in my life before. Like I have suffered with normal fever, like malaria, something. After getting cured with COVID, you'll be suffering with COVID fatigue, where you might feel the pain of kind of weakness, kind of that conscious I'm talking about. You might have felt conscious to talk to anybody about the situation you have suffered, and this is something, and it is going to be sustained for 2 months after getting cured with COVID-19.
Yes. Okay. Great.
I think it will be continued. After getting cured with COVID-19, you are not going to get stable, but you are going to suffer for some more months to get cured properly.
Fair. I think when people start sharing these things, it becomes more important. There is anxiety, there is worry, there is short-term memory loss, a lot of things.
Yes, lot of things.
I'm
Which
glad
the
that
person who has been affected, that person feel that pain.
Yes. I have had calls from people saying that I quickly become anxious. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, O.D. Kapoor talks about 50% schools drop out. I mean, it's even bigger. We claim that digital divide we are able to cover. I'm sorry, I think even with whatever digitization and stuff you are talking about, you can be sure that we are not even covering, to my mind, 60% of what we should be. From 10, we have brought it to already 6, and from there we are getting only 50. The gap is much, much larger. Okay, so by sharing that video, I was just putting in somebody who has gone through stress and who goes up. My question, which I repeat, I have told you and I'm repeatedly telling you is, each one of us, where do we have the mental tenacity to dig to our reserves when each of us, you have to cover your syllabus, you are struggling with things yourself, your student is struggling, the entire team has to lift itself up, and we will have to have a kind of healing process which we have to work out better. We have been so used to a healing process wherein we meet people, interact with them, say. There is now grief management, thinking management, stress management. It's very rarely happening. To give you another example, Will, to follow up, every 22 minutes in the American system, one veteran commits suicide because of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I will share mine myself. I lost my brother-in-law last September. It was completely out of the blue. I had to do that funeral. I could not sleep for the next 6 weeks. A person who is reasonably stable, I've seen various things, seen bullets, taken through a lot, rung up people who have lost their children, lost their, you speak to somebody, Colonel Shashi Kumar, you're talking, hello Shekhar, how are you at 10 o'clock? Afternoon 2:10, you get a call saying that he has died.
you are on mute. Sir, you are on mute.
Just do it. Just give me a minute. I'll just put the
Oh.
next video and just go ahead and do that, because
Okay.
just a minute. Are you able to hear?
Thomas.
Yes, sir,
Are
but the
you able to
screen is
see and hear?
not.
Okay.
Harriet Thomas, a graphic designer from Todupuzha, Kerala. She is suffering from thalidomide syndrome and born without hands. Even daily routine tasks appear insurmountable for her. Despite this, Jilmol has emerged triumphant, capable of managing things on her own, and she even learned driving. She drives her car with ease using just her legs. Driving a vehicle had been her dream since her childhood. On Women's Day, TNI spoke to Jilmol, where she shares her inspirational life story and also her efforts to get the driving license.
നമസ്കാരം, ഞാൻ ജിൽമോൾ മരിയ തോമസ്. ഞാനൊരു ഗ്രാഫിക് ഡിസൈനറാണ്. വിയാനി പ്രിന്റിങ്സിൽ ഗ്രാഫിക് ഡിസൈനറായിട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ 6 വർഷമായി ഗ്രാഫിക് ഡിസൈനർ മേഖലയിലുണ്ട്. 4 വർഷമായിട്ട് വിയാനി പ്രിന്റിങ്സിൽ, എറണാകുളം വിയാനി പ്രിന്റിങ്സിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ചെറുപ്പം മുതലുള്ള ഒരു ആഗ്രഹമായിരുന്നു കാർ ഓടിക്കണം എന്നുള്ളത്. അതിനായിട്ട് ആദ്യമേ 2014 ഞാൻ തൊടുപുഴ RTOനെ സമീപിച്ചത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ തന്നെയുള്ള വേറൊരു ആളുടെ ലൈസൻസിന്റെ കോപ്പിയായിട്ട് വരാനായിട്ടാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. അങ്ങനെ ഞാൻ ഒരാളെ അന്വേഷിച്ച് കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ പേരാണ് വിക്രം അഗ്നിഹോത്രി. അതിനുശേഷം 2018 ഞാനും ലൈസൻസിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ പ്രൊസീജിയർ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തു. 2018 മുതൽ 2018 എനിക്ക് കോർട്ട് ഓർഡറായി. അത് പ്രകാരം തൊടുപുഴ RTOയുടെ നിർദ്ദേശം അനുസരിച്ച് ഞാൻ കാറ് വാങ്ങി, ഓൾട്ടറേഷൻസ് ഒക്കെ വരുത്തി. പക്ഷെ കാർ ഇതുവരെയായിട്ടും രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് പറ്റിയിട്ടില്ല. ഇപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ അതിന്റെ ഓരോ കാര്യങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ശ്രമിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. പക്ഷെ ഇപ്പോഴും എനിക്കൊരു വിശ്വാസമുണ്ട്, എനിക്ക് ഈ നിരത്തിലൂടെ കാർ ഇറക്കാൻ പറ്റും, കാർ ഓടിക്കാൻ പറ്റും എന്നുള്ളൊരു പോസിറ്റീവ് ചിന്ത എനിക്കുണ്ട്. അതുമായിട്ട്
Okay. I just only told you I'm not going to reply to this, but you saw my response. I just put basically trying to do. I call you this. I just walked out of a meeting just to speak to you. I call you that. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Right. Okay, sir. Yes. Any thoughts? I can see the smile on Jaya's face. This is one hell of a different interaction from what you thought. Am I right, Jaya?
So in these kind of situations, you don't know which direction the conversation would steer into, and it's important to smile through all situations.
Yeah.
Then only we can stay sane.
But I mean, looking at the video, what is it that you have understood?
I think we should allow participants to speak up first.
Right. Please go
Right.
ahead.
So those who would like to speak up, kindly unmute. Usha ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am. Namaste, sir.
Yeah, namaste.
Of course, these stories are, I mean, I won't say stories, of course, the real life. They are inspiring. And I would say that we don't know our strength. We don't know what lies inside us. I think it's a situation that brings the strength, the courage within us. So I think this situation also, when we talk about the COVID situation, I think we are fighting. I mean, it is bringing our strength out, and that's it. I think these stories,
Yeah.
these people, when we hear about it, I think they inspire us. They motivate us more. I think we are in a better situation when we look around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, who is that lady? Give Usha Pujari a big round of applause if all of you start believing that we are better off than the others. I will conclude my discussion right here. That is exactly my aim. Nothing else I looked at, painted a different picture, came out and showed you that BBC thing. This is inspiring, not giving up attitude. So my thought and as we discuss all of this is, one is recognize what is happening. I think most of us, especially in the teaching community, we are told we are great. We are बहुत हो गया यार. Bombay वाले आपको सुनाए थे. Bombay's great attitude. They recover from everything. 100 inches of rainfall, everything they recover. Shobha Day once wrote, I'm fed up of recovering. Let's improve what we have. So that's the first part we have to remember. We have to. So my first request is, always think about what we have instead of what we don't. Fair enough. The big question, the big discussions we have had, and I have met close to 1,000 educators in the last few days. The first thing they say is, sir, we are bewildered. हमें पता नहीं चल रहा क्या हो रहा है. We all have got to address that. I saw a lot of people responding to it, and I'm especially thrilled with Will saying it's beyond me at first stage. We'll have to take out new reservoirs of energy in terms of what we can do. We don't even know how strong we are, yes, but when it is consistent with sustained pressure for over 2 years, etc., sometime we will break. So we require some time, space to understand that. And some of the things, I just linked an article to you for all of you to read, is when grief comes, how to handle it. And at the national level, like there has been national bereavement in most of the states. Just see the difference between what Trump did and Joe Biden did. Just standing there, there has to be an acceptance of what is happening. On ground, they say 3,000, on paper 3,000, on ground it is much more. So this is going to be a new pathway. The road, we always say less traveled, the road not even made. In that road not even made, how do you talk? In one of my sessions, a teacher just broke down into tears and said, my LKG child has lost his mother, the father has not told the child. How do you tackle that? Another teacher said, my 7th standard student has lost his father, he does not know how to react, I don't know how to do it. She started sobbing. All these are realities we will have to face. Collectively as a society, in South Africa, Nelson Mandela came up with that Truth and Reconciliation Commission. So I would exhort the principals sitting in these panels, anyone here, to get your inner group and come and let them talk and speak. Unless the team leaders lead it, speak. Respond to it and give space for it. Because the biggest challenge I see and face is, sab theek hai. We are all doing great. Teachers are better than Hercules. All of us do that. And I've seen this happen on 15th of August, 26th of January. Bharat Mata ki Jai. The soldier is great. Uske baad kabhi sochte hain kya hum log? Same thing on 5th of September. So let us go beyond those parts. Let us create smaller groups wherein somebody by turn takes leadership. Please remember, the principal alone cannot lead. She requires a million more things to be covered. This has to be shared, collaborative, supportive, common sense, willing to fail leadership. This is the essence of what I wanted to cover. I have a lot more to say. We are already over short time. Over to you, Principal Madam. I will answer any questions under the sun for the next 10 minutes. Any question.
So, first of all, thank you, sir. And now, any of our friends who would like to ask any questions, feel free to unmute. I think it was a roller coaster ride. We started with, like you spoke about Navarasas, you have made us all experience those Navarasas through the interaction, through the videos, through the stories and the examples. Those who have any questions or any thoughts, please
Or
feel
you
free
have
to
a
share.
question, you and Will, last round, because I had promised to
No.
finish it in 75 minutes. You can ask anything.
So I have a question which
Yes.
may not directly be related to this.
Most welcome.
So, we always see wherever there is a difficult situation in the country, whether it is directly related to the security of the country or not, whatever kind is the nature of the situation, we see army ultimately being deputed for handling that issue.
Right.
I want to know what is in the character of each army personnel which makes them go for it, do their best, and mostly emerge out victorious. What is it that drives them to victory?
Great point. Trust. The single most important thing which happens in the Indian Army is trust. Colonel Shekhar is an officer. I can trust him. That is where we start off with.
Wow.
And I'll give you an excellent example of it, which will cover everything, Jaya, for you. IPKF Sri Lanka 1990. We have had a major fight. We had lost 13, including a formidable Colonel Shashi Kumar, and it was curfew. I wanted to go out. I was told to get the bank manager. He was not willing to come. I was traveling into LTT territory. I was the officer. Remember, I had 1 year of service. 40 people with AK-47 traveling with me. I'm moving ahead. Suddenly, as I'm moving, my junior commissioned officer stops me. He said, "Sahab, aage mat jaiye, dangerous ilaka hai." I said, "Jana hai." "Nahi sahab, aapko is jagah ke baare mein pata nahi hai, aage jana nahi hai. Main aapko dil se advise karta hu." "Nahi sahab, aage jana hai." "Theek hai sahab, aapka hukum, अभी आपका गाड़ी दूसरा जाएगा क्योंकि मैं आगे जाऊंगा, आपकी जिंदगी कीमती है, we will lead." You can understand how decisions are taken, how this thinking happens, right? Second,
Absolutely.
This is somebody junior, this is somebody senior. I am from the education corps, Jaya. I'm not an operations guy, but I was in charge of operations for a wonderful man by the name of Brigadier Mukherjee. Right? These two instances will cover everything you are asking for. So a gun was to be placed at a particular place. So the gun was to be placed. Since I had walked to that place, I said, "That's the wrong location." The commander had pressure from the others. He said, "No, yahan karna hai." I opposed. Second time I opposed. Third time I opposed. "Tere ko kya aata hai, education wala? Please follow what I said." I told him, "Sir, please go see the place. If I am wrong, I'll do it immediately." So mere ko hukum deta hai. Yet he went. I'm a captain with 10 years of service. Brigadier Saab with 34 years, a National Defense College officer. He walked up, came back, 6 hours up and down, 54-year-old man. 100 meters ahead, he waves his hands. "Shekhar, I am wrong. You are right. My apologies." That is what makes it different, right? These two things, that is humility at its very best. And I remember it all my life because he also taught me the value of humility. When I wrote a strong letter to somebody, for the first time ever, he got annoyed. "Come, have a cup of tea with me." He said, "Shekhar, I've given you complete freedom. Why didn't you pick up the phone and talk? Why didn't you speak to them? Why did you put it on record? That officer's career will be affected. Are you realizing it? You have been given the freedom. You have the power. Use it responsibly." 3 lessons, 2 stories, Jia. Back to you.
Superb. And hats off to you for, thinking of the relevant stories and examples right at the drop of a hat. Thank you. So friends, do you have any questions?
Yeah, anyone can have a question. Willie, one question from Willie because he's an old friend. After that, we finish in maximum 5 minutes.
Our vice principal rightly says, with great powers comes great responsibility, and you have proved it through these examples, sir. Thanks for sharing those with us. So, friends, any more questions, any more thoughts?
Log to jawab do na, otherwise none of what I said is always true. There are inner challenges we all face. The more you challenge, the more we understand because we are going into new territory. Yeah, anyone else? Willie, are you there? Willie? Okay. Yes. So I think there are no questions. Shall we wind up, Jay?
Yes, sir. What I see after this entire discussion, that there is a lot that we are carrying back in form of food for thought. But one thing is bright and clear. We will all emerge out of this with evolution. We will evolve. Now, we have to see to it that we are conscious throughout this process and we do not forget this responsibility of being teachers, handling those little children, giving the positivity and the hope at the same time, keeping ourselves well informed and abreast with the right kind of knowledge, not only about the situation and how to deal with this pandemic, but also about the socio-emotional connect that we are supposed to have with the children and how to make that bond strong so that children can depend on us, can trust us. Sir spoke about trust, sir spoke about responsibility, and I think that all can be directly applicable, can be applied to this scenario when it comes to teacher and student in these difficult times. So thank you so much, sir. I would like you to give your last parting remark.
Courage is not the absence of fear, but the courage to triumph over it. This is in real Nelson Mandela. There's no better way to conclude it than saying
Absolutely.
that we have fear, overcome it. And in the Indian Armed Forces, we overcome fear through training. And let me tell you, I'm at my best when bullets are in front of me. Put a Pomeranian dog in front of me, I will run faster than Usain Bolt. It's the way you set your minds and work what we are doing. But the challenge, as Willie put it at that time, the teachers are going to face the toughest of their challenges over the next 5 years. Are you going to go to a doctor who has done his surgery online, learned surgery online? Will you do a root canal from a doctor who has done dentistry online? Do we want our students? So the challenge is going to be huge.
Huge.
And in that challenge, social, emotional, cultural understanding of the school leader, the team she is part of, the teachers themselves. So my final word would be, the teacher has to be a co-parent, the parent has to be a co-teacher. This is the way we'll go ahead.
Thank you so much for redefining that partnership between teachers and parents for us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I wish all the best to sir, good health, happiness, and the same to our participants. Let us all be together and we will be able to do it. Sir has stressed on training. Yes, Aadharshila is one such platform which aims at training ourselves to deal with difficult situations, different situations. In some of the upcoming Aadharshila talks, we are going to have counselors, we are going to have psychologists addressing us, and we will keep having these discussions which enable us to handle the situations in the right way and to give right support, environment, and guidance to our children. Thank you once again.
Bye-bye.
Salute to you, sir. Take care. Bye-bye.